What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fighter versus Judge. We got Logie here and me, obviously. So we're starting like a new thing where we're gonna, once a week, other than the interviews, we're just gonna hop on and like talk about like some random subject and then just like bullshit around a little bit. So today, for the first topic, it's gonna be kind of like MMA for dummies, like what you should do from start to finish in your MMA career, or what our opinions on that are, at least. So. Yeah,
Exactly.
if you just want to pop it off and then we can go from there, Logan.
Yeah, definitely. I think, for someone first getting into, mixed martial arts, I would do like your research a little bit, like look at gyms around you, see if they have any like qualified professionals or like maybe not go to somewhere that's like, a famous person's gym maybe right away. But someone that's qualified in the sport or like you have, someone that's like, a little bit higher of a belt or you have any sort of connections, I'd suggest you go there because most people, when they have a newcomer come in, it's either one or two things is like gym culture is like they take advantage of you or they really try to like help you out. It's either like one or the other. There's no like in between. And my suggestion would to be kind of, start. I'd start with like either striking stand up or I would like Muay Thai or I would start no gi just because like if you never like did striking in your life, um, it's kind of like eye opening to be like, oh shit, I can use eight of my limbs instead of just like my fists. And that's how usually like street fights with people that aren't like experienced in mixed martial arts go, right? So if someone's, they only bring two weapons and you bring eight, it's kind of like a totally different story, right? Um, so I would think my personal opinion probably to start would probably be either Muay Thai or if you're really concerned about people taking you down or you don't think you have like I don't know like good takedown defense or something like you're worried about a smaller guy getting in on you and taking you down. I would do no gi. I think that really translates a lot more into like real life. I think the gi we talked about this a little bit more like before we recorded that it's a lot more like intricate and it like teaches you like the little small like nuance things to like make your submissions better but to be like applicable to like the street or in a normal setting I think like no gi just because you won't have like the gi to grip on, you know what I mean, like someone's not always going to be wearing a jacket, you know what I mean.
100%. Like, even if they are, you don't necessarily want to like start off relying on being able to grab people's clothes for MMA, in my opinion.
Right,
Like,
yeah, like you go to grab you get punched in the face, you know what I mean, it's like
yeah. Yeah, I mean, with the thing of like choosing a gym, I'd say like, oh, obviously, there's a lot of places where you don't have like a lot of options. But I would say just, make sure it's like a solid schedule. That's like the most important thing. Like you want to have like a variety of classes like multiple times a week. Like you don't want to go to a place that has one no-gi class a week, one boxing class a week. Like you want to, have a stacked schedule. And then I agree with the Muay Thai and the no-gi, starting off with that. I think like, in my opinion, like first things first, like grappling is the most important to start with, just because it's the hardest, and like it's gonna make your striking feel more comfortable, and you're gonna feel more comfortable in the MMA setting having grappling. With that being said, if most gyms don't have wrestling classes, so if they don't start with Noki, but if you do have a gym that has wrestling classes, I would emphasize the wrestling classes probably a little bit more. Um,
right.
and then the Muay Thai, yeah, I think like when I first started striking, I started off with Muay Thai, and like Logan said, like the eight limbs or whatever is like very important, but also another important aspect of the Muay Thai is the clinch work. Like the clinch work in Muay Thai is huge, and that also like kind of like the clinch work of Muay Thai is like kind of like a nice bridge between like your grappling and your striking. So it's like kind of like a nice like bridge to kind of like morph everything together in a way. So definitely like yeah, starting out, like you don't want to, do everything at once. Like you don't want to like be going to like every martial art right off the bat. Especially if you have no experience because you want to like solidify some things. So I'd say start off with no gi or wrestling and then Muay Thai. And then I'd probably exclusively do that for like probably 3 or 4 months just to get like a little foundation going, you know?
Yeah, definitely find some good training partners, right? Find some decent people where you're able to trial and error stuff without them taking advantage of you, right? That's like a big part of it. And then having that consistency of training, like the first couple days of someone being new to training, and especially like you go like back to back to back days, like you're gonna be dead, you're gonna be hurting, you're gonna be tired, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm just like a wet noodle. I feel like people are just like beating me up. Because that's kind of how I felt when I
Oh,
first
it
started.
is. It's
Um,
that process. It takes like I'd
yeah,
say probably like 3 months to like get
yeah,
over that hump.
yeah. I mean, I think you and I kind of came into MMA with a little bit more of a base, like with
Mhm.
the wrestling and stuff. And then like obviously I started in, like gi jiu-jitsu when I was like 12 years old, which helped me a lot with like positioning and stuff and like cinching up like submissions and knowing like the intricacies of how to get to a submission and position. But I don't think it's like super valuable for MMA per se. But yeah, I would just say like go find a gym that has like a good enough like competition, not like too crazy. Don't go into a gym that's like American Top Team where it's like, 100 different killers on the mat at once and you're just trying to learn how to jab. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to do that, but you don't want to go to a place where it's like super soft and like they don't push you in any way. There should be like a mid ground or maybe a little bit more on the competitive side if like that's what, this hypothetical person we're talking to right now, is that your goal to like progress in MMA and stuff like that. I think, like I said before, just having that consistency of like good training partners that like value your progress as much as you do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you said with the gym thing, like, yeah, you definitely don't want to be going to a gym like, American Top Team right off the bat. But with that being said, you don't want to go to like Bob's Self Defense in at a fucking strip mall either. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
'cause that,
yeah,
like, those like places where
yeah,
it's like shit. They'll have
yeah,
like karate and self defense and like martial, like,
yeah.
you don't want to go. You want to go to like an actual MMA gym or like,
Yeah,
um,
you don't want to go to Krav Maga or anything,
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But another huge thing is like when you first go there, like I just made a Instagram reel about this. You got to be like very open-minded and very like susceptible to like people like teaching you how to do things, and you got to be like okay like being told things, being like told like hey, this is how you got to do things. This is how you got to be like a sponge
Yeah,
of
like being
information.
coachable.
Be
Being
coachable,
coachable.
yeah, and you can't don't have like an ego around it. Like just like be open, like be go in there like knowing like, hey, I don't know anything or I don't know very much. Um and just like be open to learning, and that's like how you're gonna progress the most, because that's honestly a mistake that I made. Like what me and Logan like we're talking about, like we came from like a wrestling background. So when I went into MMA, I had like grappling experience and stuff. Um but I went in the first like year I trained, I like was like kind of like closed minded and thought like it was like, oh, my way or the highway, like I have my own style and I can like, I'm like good because I can do my own thing that no one else can do, and like whatever. And like it like stunted my growth a little bit. So like just go in
Sure.
there and like let people tell you stuff, even if you have like a background in something and you're like used to doing something a certain way. Like people are telling you stuff for a reason.
Yeah,
It's like
for sure.
listen to what they say. This is water, by the way, not vodka.
But yeah, he likes to have a stylish bottle. But
It's like the perfect electrolyte like
like ratio, yeah, I think you told
ratio. Yeah, like this size. Yeah.
me. Yeah, totally, dude. Like I totally agree with you there. Like when I first started really taking like my MMA seriously, because when since I was a kid, I trained like jiu-jitsu and then I trained Muay Thai. But I didn't like really start to like mix them together until I got older and actually like wanted to fight. Um, so I would actually like go to different gyms and like not just stay at like my home gym, right, where my dad is like partial owner and stuff like that. So, which actually our next guest will talk about a lot. But I really like when I went into other MMA gyms, I literally all I did was like try to win with my wrestling the whole time. And like I was so close-minded that like I really thought like, oh, like my wrestling is just gonna get me like everywhere in this sport. And it's like, no, you should like want to learn. everything. Even if someone teaches you something and it's like, eh, that's not like applicable to my style, but at least I learned it. It's like
Right.
you have to like teach yourself the ability to learn. And I think
Right.
practicing that in a gym setting like all the time is probably like the most beneficial for someone like first starting out in MMA, right? Where it's like you want to have that like open mind and you don't really like a lot of coaches like kids that like have no predetermined or like preconception of what they should be doing. Like they love like kids that are just straight like, hey, it's my first day here today. Like I've never
Mhm.
rolled in my life. They're like, yes, because
Blank
you
canvas.
don't, yeah, you have blank canvas. There's no bad habits they have to break. Um, Stuff like that, or just like wrong technique, right? Or like not good enough technique. Um, but yeah, like I totally agree with you there. It's like don't go in thinking that like if you do have a predisposition to like whatever your style is, like you were saying, don't like be so closed off to where that's like the only thing you do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that like that kind of bridges into like once you've been training a little while and like have like a couple tools under your belt, like don't always take the path of least resistance or like the path to victory. Like obviously in your if you're in a real cage fight, like yes, you want to do that. But in like the training sense, it's like if you have some tools in your toolbox, don't always only use those tools because then you're gonna have other holes in your game that you're not like focusing on. So it's like when you're in the gym setting, like don't be afraid to lose the round, you know? Like try
Yeah.
certain things that you're not comfortable with or try techniques that the coach was like having you work that day that like you just learned. Like try things that you're not comfortable with to like expand your horizons rather than just using what you've accumulated already. I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah, I think that's actually a perfect kind of like a detail about this game that a lot of people like talk about is where you'll, say this person goes in with an open mind and like, hey, I'm fine like losing the round, but then there'll be other people around you that are like better, like more experienced, and they're like deathly afraid of losing the round. And like that rubs off on people to where I've done it where like I go in there and I'm like, oh, like, today's a light day, like I don't really care if I like lose these rounds and stuff like that. But then I see other people like getting after it in like rounds, and I'm like, shit, well, I don't want to lose this round now because there's like other people like competing the same way, and it's like sometimes don't let those people like rub off on you, especially if you're like just like learning. Like Max and I have a little bit like a little bit of like an ego when it comes to lecture and shit like that. I know I did, especially like when I first started. Um, but to, like just bypass that, like go like take it from me, like don't let that energy of other people's success or the way they work in their rounds and their pace like dictate yours. Like don't
Hmm.
let that rub off on you because that can actually stunt your growth where like you're pushing the pace so much that you're not like working the technical side of it to where like you're just fighting. You're
Yeah.
not like, rolling or like technically like, is there's like, you always hear with coaches where it's like, hey, this is a technical spar, this is a hard spar, this is like a technical role or a situational role or like stuff like that. Like, I think when a coach says that, you should really like take into account like that mindset of like that drill or that role of being like, hey, this is technical. I need to be like more cognizant of like my positioning and like when I do get a like submission attempt that I'm like my my T's are crossed and my I's are dotted, you know what I mean? Um, and so you're not just like, yo, I want to get this guy to the ground, like let's fight, you know? I'm talking about grappling, but same thing with striking where you could be pitter patter with someone because you're just wanting to like gauge a distance, getting used to getting hit, getting used to like moving around someone that's like trying to hit you. And then, some people will try to take advantage of that time to where they'll hit you hard and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm gonna take this from GSP real quick. It's like you literally stop the sparring. Like literally stop if they like hit you hard enough to where you're like, hey man, like we're not on the same like percentile here. Like you literally stop sparring and be like, "Hey man, like you're pushing a different pace than I'm pushing right now. Like, can you match me?" or like, something like
Right.
that. That person's not willing to do that and they're trying to like keep hurting you, then that's when you go find other training partners and you try to like train. It's all through trial and error, right? Like you wouldn't know if someone's a bad training partner unless you train with them.
Right. Yeah. You just yeah, like we were like Casey said the other day from like it's all about like communication.
Yeah.
They're going too hard, like talk to them, give them the benefit of the doubt at first, and then if they're still being a prick, then like move on, you know.
Yeah, and like especially for like beginners or like, I'll even say this for me, like someone that's like getting back into like training like regularly is sometimes I can't tell like the mustard on my punches sometimes or like, you know what I mean, where I'm like, oh shit, I threw that too hard, and I'm already like damn near fully extended, and I'm like, damn, I threw that way too hard. Where sometimes there's a little bit of that where like you're out, like you haven't like played around with it too much. We're like, hey, this is 20%, this is 70% of what I got, this is like 90, like you shouldn't be getting to that point unless you're like actually looking for a cage fight or actually a fighter. But yeah, I think that's a big thing too. Is like beginners, they're like kind of gun shy to be like, hey, I want to like let go a little bit to see like my percentage of oomph
Yeah.
behind like strikes, right? Um, yeah, so definitely like experiment with different paces and different like the way you push yourself to different like percentages, right? Like be like, hey, this one I kind of want to go like half speed with this guy because maybe he's a little bit less experienced and there's maybe not much to gain from the guy. So maybe work your technique and moving around and stuff like that. And then, hey, say you go with a really good guy and he's trying to hit you, then maybe like turn it up a notch, right? And like see how that goes and see what you're willing to give and take, right? Because if you give a certain amount of percentage, you will definitely need to like be able to take that back.
Yeah, and it's like there's like variables of everything, so it's like that's why like being comfortable with the person you're going with or having like an open line of communication or whatever because like you're obviously say you're trying to throw like 30-40%. Like there's going to be times where like the dude walks into it and you throw 30%, it ends up being like a 70% hit because he walked
Right.
into it or something.
Yeah.
So it's like when that just like be comfortable with the people. So it's like if you hit the guy too hard, just be like, "Yo, man, sorry, my bad." Oh, all good, and then just keep moving, just keep flowing. I guess just like don't, if you get hit too hard or if he hits you too hard or like vice versa, whatever. It's like don't keep like escalating it
For real.
over
Yeah.
just like oh man, my bad, I didn't mean to hit you that hard. Cool, go back to what you're doing. And like it happens, you accidentally get hit too hard, you hit the guy too hard, like it happens. Just like keep that like keep the vibes, keep the energy, and like it'll be all good.
And I think that will go a long way for someone that's like a beginner, right? Because those little like tells, right? Where, hey, this person's like going a little too hard and like when they're hitting me with these shots, like they seem like very intentional. And sometimes like beginners can like do that, right? Where they escalate the situation to where it's like they don't have that comfortableness to communicate and be like, hey man, like I don't want to go this hard right now. And half the time, that's usually why it escalates because someone's like, hey, man, what the fuck? And the other guy's like, okay, I'm just doing me. And then the other guy's like, yo, I'm going to fuck you up now because you're going way too hard.
Yeah, when I feel like a lot of it too is like both guys in like those situations sometimes they're like I'm not going to be the one to like because I don't want to be perceived as like being scared or whatever.
Yeah, and
So
that's another thing. It's like people thinking like you're being a bitch for like, for example, I went sparring one Sunday with a buddy of mine. I think he took a little bit advantage of like me being out of sparring for a while and like, roughed me up a good one, gave me a little shiner, but um in that setting, like well, I got like I didn't get rocked, but like my head definitely hurt from after like the first like 2 rounds of with going with this guy. So I got off the mat and I sat down, took off my gloves, and like I took a mental breather. And that's a big part of like the longevity, like with beginners, people that are amateurs, pros, that like you need to be able to listen to your body and be like, hey man, like my head hurts a little bit too much for like just starting the day. Let me like so I won't even like I don't care. I sat out 3 rounds. I was like, dude, I need to like be like fully aware of like how my brain feels now and
Yeah,
then go back in, right? And just listening to your body and not like pushing yourself because oh, I want to look like a bitch or I want to look like I'm a badass. And it's like, well, MMA is a individual sport, right? Like you have team members, you have people you train with, but at the end of the day, you're the one that is accumulating these skills and like majority of the time there aren't going to be people there to like help you in a fight. It's usually just going to be you. And knowing your limit is a big part of it.
yeah,
Um, like, dude, I shouldn't have went sparring that day. I had just gotten home from a night of, inspecting and judging. I didn't get home until like midnight, and then sparring was at fucking 8 a.m. So I
yeah,
had like no sleep. I just had work, so I was probably like dehydrated, and then went in and sparred, and like I had a headache for 2 days. And it's like, that's not that's not smart. So don't do stuff like that when if you're a beginner. Like me and Max have a little bit more experience, and like I've been hit in the head a gang of times, so like I know what that's like. And like I was willing to take that bullet, but as a beginner, I don't think you should be taking those shots very early on because it can be discouraging. Like I won't even sugarcoat it. It can be discouraging. Like, damn, bro, I'm trying to like learn, and this guy's beating the fuck out of me every time I go in the gym. It's like it's discouraging, you know?
yeah, 100%. And it's like also too, it's like if you're trying to be doing this for a while or take it like the distance, it's like longevity is like the name of the game. You know,
For
it's like
sure.
there is times where you need to get hit hard and like feel it, but then there's a lot of times where you don't, and it's like you got to like figure out that balance of like what once you've been training for a while and you like want to start getting into fights, there's like this like balance of like okay, well the what's the most that I would be able to get hit hard to where it's like still beneficial to like my learning and my like longevity. So it's like that weird like kind of thing because you do need it. Like we're not sitting here saying that like oh you can never get hit because like you do have to get hit sometimes, especially if you're like going into a fight and stuff. Because like the worst thing is to like be training for a fight and like doing technical sparring all the time and have never been hit and then go in there and you're like what the fuck is happening right now? I'm getting rocked. Like you got to be
Yeah.
able to be comfortable in the chaos.
Yeah. And even with that being said, like maybe they can dovetail into like styles or like beginner-esque, like, you know, people that we could, like UFC fighters or pros that we could recommend to like beginners to like watch and like take their technique from and like stuff like that. But, just for an example, like you and I fight totally different.
Yeah,
You don't mind testing your chin. When I get hit and cleanly, I get pissed off, bro. I get like pretty mad and I like get discouraged and like get frustrated and I get pulled out of like my good headspace for the fight.
really.
So, yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
I'm like the
Like if I'm
opposite of that.
if I'm getting clipped like too much, I get like down on myself and I'm like, fuck, get this motherfucker to the ground and strangle him. Like that's the way I fight and like I knew like literally first couple days training like Muay Thai with my coach I will have on soon. Dude, every time he hit me clean, like he's a Muay Thai world champion. I knew he was gonna fuck me up, but even like when he was hitting me clean and like he's probably hitting me 50%, but his 50% fucking hurt.
Yeah,
And like I was getting like discouraged and I'm swinging punches at him and he's like fucking me up because I was getting discouraged and like being like a little kid, like, oh, I'm just gonna throw haymakers at him and hopefully one of them connects. And it's like that's not how that works. And so you just have to play to your strengths. Like for me, I didn't like getting hit, and I knew that getting hit would probably shorten my lifespan in the sport and in like life in general. And I didn't like how it felt like after the fact, like having my head hurt and all that shit, my jaw hurting and shit. So
mhm,
you just have to play to your strengths, right? Like you know that you're a tough, you're a tough guy. I know I could take a shot. Like I've been hit hard, and like I just don't particularly like it. Like I won't sit there and exchange with you, but. You will because you like that chaos. You'd like to like test your toughness in that way, or you have before, and you know that's like one of your strengths, right? To where it's like, hey, I know I'm like durable. Like I can come back from this exchange right now. And
Yeah.
like more it was more so mental for me. Just getting discouraged and that kind of shit. Um it wasn't so much like, oh, it hurts too bad. Like I hate it. Like it just like I can't. Like
Mhm.
no, it was more so like I just didn't like it. But there are just like with everything, there's like different styles and different like what like different approaches to everything. And I think just finding your approach is like a big part of this sport because like if you don't have like and maybe not like create an identity like right away, but like as you start training, maybe the first couple months, like you'll start to feel things where it's like, hey, I'm really good at this, or like every time I get in this position, it seems like people like struggle here and like here, or hey, I'm really good with this strike, or like I'm really good at moving this way. Um, and so you'll kind of like develop your style over time, but I wouldn't like be so desperate to like grasp for an identity.
Right.
Just be a
Yeah.
sponge and like learn it all, and then be like okay, what works for me when I am like currently fighting someone? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think that's a great point because like obviously like I haven't had like a crazy amount of fights or anything, so I'm like still figuring that out to like some extent. But for me, what I've even like outside of like technique and like stuff like that, like what I've noticed has been like my biggest like kind of factor in like winning fights. And I think it comes from like that wrestling, just like, go, 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 like break the other guy, like thing is like, and it like applies to like MMA for me is like what I've noticed in my fights that like have made me win is like it seems like so far I'm like kind of like a longevity fighter in the fight. Like I'm not finishing people first round. I kind of like to drag it out or whatever, and like kind of like
Or
I like that because both my fights have been like third round, like towards the end of the third round finishes, and it's like I like the it's like that wrestling thing where I like the feeling of like we're both suffering, but like I can take more suffering than you, and like my path to victory, it seems like has kind of been like
breaking people.
breaking people, but then like yeah, like break like not letting them see that they're affecting me and then just like picking them down over and over and over again until the point where they're like completely discouraged. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of that and like what you were saying with like so it's not always like a technical thing either. It's like a lot of it's like mental. It's like what's working for you mentally, what mindset is working for you mentally, like how much are you putting on or pushing off the gas, like what like those things like are definitely like a huge factor in like kind of like developing your style and the way you do things.
Yeah, this is a great point by you, and I know add on to it where it's like to your point, it's like you say you're durable, but like you don't push on the gas at all. So you're
Yeah.
just like this the whole time. Like obviously that's not a good like strategy, right?
No, and the
Like
ref will probably stop it even if you're good. If you're just
yeah,
sitting there
right.
like
Yeah. And it's like um there's a part of it where it's like, hey, I have to like take risks and like put myself out there, but it's also like, hey, I mean, UFC commentators talk about this all the time. People that talk about the sport all the time, they always talk about this like, you want to make the person fight your fight. And so, if that's in my case, work my levels, hit him up and down like an elevator, and then take him down and just smash them. That was what I did. For you, it's like, hey, I want to like break someone, hang on him, knee him, elbow, clinch him up, trip him, bring him down, work him on top, and then hopefully like get the finish. And those are very like both pretty smart strategies by us, right? But as a beginner, it's not always like clear cut
yeah.
as like that. And I think like finding the happy balance of like, hey man, I'm gonna take this risk and like I'm gonna try this thing that like I'm trying out. I'm gonna try it in a fight or maybe in the training room first and see if it like lands and then like it does well in the training room and then hey, maybe you don't feel fucking black belt at the movement, but it's like, hey man, I want to try it. So then it's like a little bit of trial and error and then a little bit of like balance to where it's like you don't want to be the non-risk taker the whole time,
Right.
but you also don't want to be the guy that's doing all the risk taking, right?
Right.
There has to be a balance.
Yeah, like I think with the risk thing, like when we're saying risk, or at least the way I look at it is like when we're talking about risk, we're not talking about just chin down, fucking wailing, just like hoping that something lands. Like the way I think about risk is like in fighting, like there's like split second things. So I think when we're talking about risk, we're talking about more of like a lack of hesitation. So it's like there's like split second little openings that are there for like a millisecond, and it's like you can't really question yourself. So it's like if you see something that's there and it's like boom, like try to take it, but then also like be conscious of like your own like safety as
Mhm.
well. So it's like one of those things where it's like you see a lot of the time, and this goes back to the mental thing too. Like you see a lot of the time in fights where one guy is like a little bit intimidated by the other guy. You see that he's just kind of sitting there letting the other guy dictate the fight, and then he'll throw one thing out, throw a couple things out. But it's like there's so many openings that are like popping up sporadically that he's not taking the risk to get because there's like a mental block there. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta with the risk, it's like just don't hesitate. Like if you see something that you think you can get, like get it. Try to get it. And it's like you're not gonna. And it's like if you don't get it, don't be discouraged. It's like this. It's like when you shoot for a takedown, it's like against a good guy, it might take two, three, four, 5 times to actually get it. But it's like
Yeah.
you're gonna get it at some point. The same thing with like striking too. It's like don't only throw the punches that you 100% know you're gonna get. It's like
Yeah.
you might have to throw 10 punches to land too. You know?
Yeah, and then there's other times where you're like, you know, we work these like different, we call these like the killer twos and like the level changes I've been telling you about over the phone. And there's like some strikes that I don't feel very comfortable with. Like there's one where you like start with the rear uppercut and then like hook cross. For
Hmm.
me, I don't love that. I don't love like stepping in just with like the backhand uppercut. It's not like I didn't think I would like it, right?
Yeah.
But then I get into sparring and this guy keeps like doing this, like leaning over his front foot, like into his punches. And so I literally just tried it once and I kind of like bullowed it. I like did this and then boom. And it like hit him so clean. And like I threw it like, hey, let me just like try it. And I
Yeah.
just like tried it and it worked, right? There will be those times in a fight where you're like, hey man, I think I'm seeing something here and I want to try it, but you'll have that hesitancy of like, hey, I don't want to try this because I don't want to, be put out of position or it not work. But the only way you're gonna figure out if it really does work is just like if you try it, right? And so
100%.
for me, it was like, like I know that's a very small example, but I'm not a big like uppercut guy. I'm not like I don't really. I just don't. I'm a like
Yeah.
a lot more straight punches and around the guard type of guy. And like like front front facing attacks, right? And yeah, no, it just like there's just some things that you'll find that like, oh, I like I got taught this for a reason. Let me like try this. And then like you do it and then you're like, okay, well, maybe I can get away with that for a couple more times or like you add it to your belt because bro, I've been taught like many things over the years, obviously like technique wise and like there's things that like Coach Scotty taught me when I was like 13 that I remember like just in like
Yeah. I know what
when
you mean.
I'm rolling or
Yeah.
like when I'm like sparring and I'm like, holy shit, I forgot I could do that. And I
Yeah.
like
It
do it,
like
and then
comes.
I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like another thing to the bag, right? Um, there will be many times in your journey where you'll be like, ah, this move like doesn't work for me. It's like not, I don't think it's applicable to like my style, blah blah blah. And then you'll be in that one fucking position where it's like, I only know one move from here, and it's like that move that you don't think that works for you. And then you hit the move and you're like, oh shit, maybe it does work for me.
Yeah.
So
Well, it can
yeah, just
even be. Sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, no, I guess my dovetail was just to be open-minded with the things that you're taught, right? And like
Yeah.
take those openings and like you like be creative. A lot of it's like being creative and like that mental part of it.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like I mean for sure like specific moves and stuff, but I think like an example for me of that is like like I always just innately like naturally like always wanted to throw like two punch combinations all the time. And like I would see the openings for like following up on like, higher volume combinations and stuff. But I always felt like vulnerable doing that. So like I was always like, oh, 1-2 punch combinations, cut an angle, 1-2 punch combination, will cut an angle. And during my first fight, I was doing that the whole time, and like it was working, like I was winning. But then like, at the like last minute of the third round, he got me up on the wall. And I just had like nothing left in me, and I was just like, "Fuck it!" Like I don't even care because I like this is gonna be the last combination I throw, and then like like my gas tank is done. Like I'm gonna be done. So if it doesn't work, so I threw. It was just literally like a 1-2-3. It was the only like three punch combination I threw in the whole fight, and I knocked him out. And it's like it's shit like that where it's like it doesn't even have to be like a specific move. It's just like certain things where if the coach is telling you like, "Hey, throw your punches in bunches," then like there's a reason for that, and it's like you might feel vulnerable doing that, but then just like try it. And then like you kind of were saying, like it's like once you like try something and then it clicks and it like is successful, then you're like, oh shit, that worked, and then you're gonna be willing to like try it more, and then that's when you're actually gonna like figure it out and like get
Yeah.
better at it.
Yeah, trial and error, right? Like obviously when you see your coach do it or like an experienced person or like the person that's like giving the example, they usually always like pick the guy that's like really good at moving and like really like good with these moves and experience and stuff like that. And so it's kind of hard to like put yourself in their shoes and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna like do this the same way they did it and like at the same level." But if you do like try it and it works, even in just like in the training room, that'll give you more confidence to like keep trying certain things and
Yeah.
keep adding things to, you know, your experience and like your belt of like technique or hey, when I get like complacent with like my ones and twos, like I could just 1, 2, 3, and then like maybe my next one I just 1, 2, and then like a 2, 1, 3, right? So
Yeah, and I think like a thing that helps me for this that I think about, like with the complacency and the being scared to do things, it's like when you're in it, like say it's like a hard sparring or a fight or something, like when you're in it, it might feel like super, super intense and like you're scared and you're like, oh, I gotta protect myself because, and you do gotta protect yourself. I'm not saying that, but it's like, oh, I can't be trying things or doing things because like I'm like scared or it's like too intense or whatever. Like the thing that helps me with that is like if you look at film of yourself fighting or sparring, or even if you're watching like a UFC fight, for example, that's like really fucking boring, and you're like, they're just not doing anything. They're just fucking going around, and then they might throw one hard thing here, but in their head, it's like super intense, and they're like trying to like what. So it's like for me, the thing that helps is like when I'm in it. And I'm like, oh shit, this is intense. Like, whatever. I think to myself, it's like, think about it from like a third person point of view. It's like, it's really not as intense as you think it is. It's just like your brain doing that to protect you, I guess.
right.
That makes
Like
sense.
it wants you to be like present where you're like, hey man, like I'm in danger, but
Yeah.
like also this so is this guy because of me.
Yeah.
You know, like there's has to be like that shift where it's like, oh shit, I'm super tense, like I want to defend and like, it's like an intense moment, but then there needs to be that like shift in a fighter's mentality where it's like, well, if he could hurt me, then I could hurt him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
has to be like that level of like shift and like um yeah, like that transplant like mentality where it's like, oh shit, I think this guy's gonna fuck me up, but I forget like I can fuck him up. Like I have just as much like skill or like probability to like finish the fight or fuck him up than he does to me. You know?
Yeah, yeah, and it's like it's a weird balance because like I feel like as like maybe not everyone, like I'm kind of speaking like for everyone here, but this is just like me. Like when I it's less now that I've been training for a couple years and stuff. But like if someone hits me, and I think most people are like this, it's like your immediate instinct is like to protect yourself, right? Obviously, that's everyone. But then with that, like also programmed into that same part of our brain, there's like that like, oh, I need to cower a little bit to protect myself, whatever. And it's like you kind of got to differentiate the two. It's like yes, that part of your brain that wants to protect yourself Like it's still got to be there, but then you got to
Yeah.
turn off that part of your brain that like wants to cower and fold when you get hurt. So it's like if someone rocks you, like or whatever, yes, protect yourself, change the position, but that doesn't mean that you're like oh, and then like giving him the like in
Yeah,
to be
like
like oh
quit.
I'm winning the fight. It's like you get hurt, yes, you're defending yourself, but also you got to keep that mindset of like I'm gonna win. Like he can't do shit to me. Like I can't like this isn't gonna happen like this. And not having like that part of you that's like, oh, maybe I should fold, maybe I should cower, maybe I should take the like submissive like, position for a split second to like protect myself. It's like you can't listen to those thoughts. And it's like you even see that at the highest level sometimes,
Yeah,
which is
there's a lot of
crazy.
times I might get a little bit of hate for this, but I think like Bo Nickel like gave up against RDR.
I actually haven't watched that fight.
He gets dropped with like a like a body shot. Like a body shot, like a knee to the stomach.
Yeah.
And they're like up against the cage and RDR's clinching him. And then he gets out of range. He hits him like a 1-2, maybe even like a three punch combination. Then he hits the knee as he's like coming in. So there's like momentum and Bo's against the cage.
Yeah.
He kind of just like rams it like right into him and he like drops down immediately. And there is that where it's like Bo's even said it in like interviews where he's like, "Oh, I wouldn't let anyone like drop me to a body shot. Like you have to like knock me out." And it's like, "Okay, bro, well, what happened there? You your body wanted to protect itself. You had that like cower mentality for like even just for a split second. And you dropped, you went fetal position. RDR all he had to do was like hammer fist you a couple times. Fight's done. You know what I mean? And so it's like you got to be in there until you're not.
Yeah.
Right. Like you gotta be in there until it's like either your body's telling you, hey, no mas, or like you physically cannot go any longer. Like someone puts you out or someone like strangles you. Like and that's what it's gotta be if you're like if you want to get into MMA. Like it's like someone has to put me out or my body literally has to be like, dude, you're redlining right now, you're about to die.
Yeah. And like I don't know, it's like weird because like from my experience, like well let me just say like from my experience like the only things that really like have like you have like no control to where your body is just like is a liver shot and getting knocked out. Like to
Yeah.
me those are like kind of the only two things because other than that, like I've broken my ribs and not even felt it and just
Yeah.
kept going. Like it's like stuff like that. So it's like, and then even like so for me, and I would assume everyone else is like this. Like when I'm in a fight, like I don't really feel pain necessarily. Like yeah, if I get rocked, I feel it. If he hits me with a good shot, like yes, I like feel the pain. But like every time that I've been like actually like injured to where it's like something serious, like I feel it, but it's not like anything to where I'm like, oh, I can't keep going
Yeah,
or
for sure.
whatever. So it's like even like for like fucking my last fight, like I'm pretty sure I fractured my toe on a fucking check like leg kick or whatever. Like I felt it when I hit the kick and he checked it. I'm like, oh fuck, like that hurt, but it didn't really. But then as soon as my foot got back down and like I just was fine. And it's like one of those things. So it's like unless your body complete like Conor McGregor where he steps back and his leg's broken, like obviously there's nothing he can fucking do about that. So I'd say like the only two things is like getting knocked out and getting a liver shot. Like everything else, like I think you can like work through it, to be honest.
Oh yeah, bro. Like I dislocated my thumb. This wasn't in the ring, but don't take my advice here. But this was like in a street fight, and I was fighting this like fat dude, and he had this fat ass head. And I remember like hammer fisting his fucking head, and I dislocated my thumb, and that shit fucking hurt. But at the time, I was like, "Ow, that hurt!" Like I hit him weird.
Hmm.
Cause I like hit him like with like literally my thumb like this. Cause I was like reaching around, like he was fetal position, but like in front of me. So his like ass was like facing me. So I like stood over him like his body, and I was like hammer fisting him like over the top, and I like clipped it around his temple, and it like made a noise, and I was like, I literally looked at my hand and I just kept throwing it, like
Yeah. Well, I think
it's
that's
like one of
actually
those things. Yeah.
like a thing like in like, the fight or whatever. It's like yes, there's a ref there, like yes, it's a sport, but it's like if you get hurt, man, to where it's like, oh shit, like I don't know what's going on. Like I might be really hurt. In my opinion, like you got to keep fucking going no matter what because you're in there, and it's like you can't like trust the ref to like protect you. So it's like if you hurt yourself and then you're like, oh shit, and then like mentally you check out while it's still going on. Like the ref might not fucking get to you in time, so then he might fucking piece you up and knock you out, or fucking like prey on the injury that he just hurt you with and make it 10 times worse. So it's like
Anderson Silva, Michael Bisping.
yeah, so it's like you got to keep fucking going at least till the end of the round, and then maybe be like, "Yo, I think I broke something." Like, and then that's different. But it's like when you're in it and the clock is ticking, like you're unless you're unconscious or you get fucking folded with a liver shot and the ref stops, like you just gotta fucking keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, because like didn't Anderson he like kicked him in the dick and then his like and then he kicked him and then he punched him. His mouthpiece came out and they were up against the fence and Michael was like, "Yo, my mouthpiece!" Like he like pointed to it, which is not a good thing. Like you should just the ref should just get in the middle of that and be like, "I don't care if you guys are in the middle of an
Mhm.
exchange right now. Put your fucking mouthpiece in and don't like point at it and check out." Right? So he's like pointing at it and he's not looking at Anderson, and then Anderson hit him with a fucking flying knee. It's like that stuff. Like you don't want to check out even just momentarily where you think that you're in the right.
Right, and even on the other end, that's actually a great point because even on the other end of the spectrum, I've seen it happen where like you'll hurt somebody or you even something as stupid as knocking their mouthpiece out. I've
Yeah.
seen it happen where the guy will hurt someone or knock their mouthpiece out or whatever to the point where they think, "Oh, there needs to be like a ref intervention." So then they'll be the one to let off the gas and be like, "Yo, his mouthpiece fell out," or "Yo, I think I hurt him bad." And then the other guy who you're trying to fucking be cool to will just like fucking
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
it goes both ways.
Like Jamal
Like
Hill. Like the
yeah,
Jamal Hill, like Alex Pereira.
yeah.
Jamal kicks him in the di. He fucking he literally like drops his hands. And then they like Herb gets in between them, but he let Herb lets Alex get in
Yeah.
closer. He like gets closer and he's like still bladed, and then he just lets off that hook. Just
Well, that
fucking
was a weird
boom.
one because it was like with that
Yeah.
one, it was weird because okay, like so Jamal kicks him in the balls, right?
Yeah.
Herb comes to like, I mean, you know this, but Herb comes to like, you know, break it up.
Right.
Alex
Yeah.
goes like, nah, 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 and then
Yeah.
Herb's like, oh, okay, and then lets it keep. I think that was a fault on Herb's part because it's like, in my opinion, like as like if I was a ref, like
Yeah.
if I step in and I'm like, yo, even if the guy's like, no, 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 I'm good, I'm like, nah, I'm in control now. You guys are going back to the center of the cage, go, whatever.
Or
Like I'm
just
not
break it up a little bit more.
break it up
Yeah.
fully. Like you can't like
Yeah.
half-ass be like, yo, yo, oh wait, oh you're good, no, and then you guys are still in position to
Yeah, you
like I
guys
think
are
that
like
was
literally in range of each other. Like I
yeah, like
see it so much. Yeah.
I don't think that was Alex Pereira being an asshole. I don't think that was fucking Jamal Hill being like complacent. I think that was Herb's fault more than anything, honestly.
I won't speak too much on that.
Oh yeah,
But
you can't.
yeah, I won't speak too much on that. But yeah, it's just situations like that. Like I think a way, what I will say is like way for fighters and even referees to like avoid that. It's like a foul happens, no matter if the fighter says, "Hey, yo, it's cool," like I don't want the break time, you still give it because it's like, hey, you still got fouled. It's in our rules that like we have to separate you and we have to give you the allotted amount of time. Whenever that time stops or not starts, and you could be 1 second into the time. Hey, I don't want to go. Okay, let's go then. Not like, hey, bro, are you good? Oh, you're good. Okay, let's go. Like, no, it's like separate them. Be like, fighter, you really don't want this break? Okay. Fighter, you ready? Okay, go. Now let's go.
Yeah, and the whole like I want to hear your opinion about this. Like the whole thing with like the nut shot thing.
Mhm.
Like speaking from experience, like I've taken nut shots to where I can keep going and it's like, yeah, I feel it, but it's like really nothing. Like it's like,
Yeah.
negligible. And then
Yeah.
there's nut shots where it's so bad that I'm on the ground for 5 minutes. But there's no in between. Like
Right.
it's like either I get hit in the nuts and I'm still going, I'm perfectly fine, or I get hit in the nuts and it's like a liver shot where my knees buckle and I'm on the ground no matter what the fuck my body wants to do. Or my
Right.
brain wants to tell my body. So it's like this weird
Exactly.
thing where you're seeing I feel like these guys are using the nut shots as like a weird excuse in a way to like get a break. because from my experience, it's like if if you just got hit in the nuts and it's not bad enough to where you didn't fucking buckle and fall on your hands and knees, and it's not bad enough to not keep going.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, how do you feel about that? Because I think it's like if you're standing there, if you're still on your feet after getting kicked in the nuts, it's not bad enough to stop fighting for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I think there shouldn't be a moment in time like the Alex Jamal Hill where it's I don't want to say Alex took advantage of that time because that kind of sounds like I'm hating on him, which I'm not. Um, but he took advantage of that
The
distance,
distance, yeah,
you know?
he did. Which
And
that's
so
why wouldn't
even
he?
if yeah, even if like I said, even if Alex goes, no, I don't want the foul. Okay, well, you're not in charge in here.
Yeah,
I'm separating you guys. Then I'm gonna go up to you and be like, "You sure you don't want this time? Fighter, are you ready? Let's go." Like that's how you
exactly.
bypass this whole thing. It's like, there's a couple fighters like who have taken groin shots and then they like don't come back from the fight or, you know, I'm not a I'm not a big Henry Cejudo hater, but the time that he took the fucking eye poke and he like sat there the whole 5 minutes acting like he wanted to fight again, but then in reality he literally just like sat there. And then when they stopped the fight, he started like complaining. It's like, well, dude, you took the whole 5 minutes and then you said to the doctor, "Hey, I can't see out of my eye." They're gonna stop the fucking fight.
Well, yeah, they say, have you heard the thing where it's like, I can't see? The whole
Yeah,
I can't see thing is like
yeah.
a code word for like the doctor to be like, I mean, if you actually can't see, that's like a different thing, but I'm saying like the only time you say I can't see to a doctor is either like if you like genuinely like shouldn't be, or if like you just don't want to fight anymore. You know what
Yeah,
I
and I
mean? Like
mean, yeah, and I think I don't want to put this out about Henry, but in that fight specifically, where he gets poked, he didn't even win a fucking round,
yeah.
And it's like, did he want out of that fight? Only Henry really knows that, right? But from the outside looking in, like it's debatable, right? And to kind of get back on track with like, people that want to start MMA and stuff like that, it's like, dude, if you're gonna start this sport, you shouldn't be looking for ways out once you're in a fight. The only way out it should be is this guy knocks me out, he submits me, or I knock him out and I submit him. Those
Mm,
are like the only four ways that it's like acceptable to like end a fight.
yeah.
You don't fucking poke people in the eyes, you don't kick them in the nuts, you don't like I don't know. There's other like penalties too, but those are like the biggest ones, right?
I think they're
Um,
definitely the most common for sure.
for sure. um and it's funny, like a couple of my friends are like, they don't train, but they watch the fights with me. They're like, why do people like get kicked in the nuts so often? And I'm like, dude, like happens a lot of the times when it's like opposite stances. Because you guys go to kick each other at the same time. One leg's up, the other leg is up, leg gets kicked right in like the open spot, right? Like like guy goes to kick your leg and your leg's up in the air. Where do you think it's gonna go? It's gonna go right to your dick. Um,
Yeah.
and like some people don't even like know that. Like, when they're like thrown like dude, I've been like been like, sparring people or like even like drilling where I'm like, hey bro, like kick my body and I'll like hold my gloves like this or like this. Dude, and they'll fucking go like damn near on my like dick line or my waistline and I'm like, hey man, like bring that up. How you bring up your kick is like you step more off to the side, like you bring it higher, like, just like the small stuff where it's like especially like those kicks where like you see them just like flick it out. Like if they don't even like have too much intention, that's always the one that like clips you right in the balls. Cause it's like, dude, you didn't have like a target in mind. You're just throwing it for the sake of throwing it.
Yeah.
That's what happens too, is like being more efficient with your striking. Like obviously you guys are kicking at the same time, and you guys are like both the opposite stance. Like you guys are probably gonna kick each other in the nuts. That's not intentional. But what is intentional is to like just throw something out there for the sake of throwing something out there.
Yeah.
Like be more cognizant of your strikes and like where they're going and place them better. Like that's how you solve eye pokes and groin strikes is like, bro, put your strikes in different spots.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you do. Like, I will say, like, there have been times where I'm like, yo, I want to punch this fool right in the eyeball, but it's not like I'm gonna punch him in the eyeball like this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna punch him like this. You
Yeah.
know?
The John
It's like,
Jones jab.
yeah, and it's the same thing with like kicking too. It's like, hey, I want to get this kick, even if it's like a higher inside kick, like on the meatiness of the thigh. Like, bro, get it a little lower, like to where it's like by the knee a little bit. Like, maybe don't kick the fucking knee, but like kick on the inside of it where like that inside thigh is right there. Like, you don't have to blast it damn near like near the like crevice of my balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's like that's like a good segue into like, don't want to like discourage anybody, but it's like no matter what the rules are, or what the way things are supposed to be, or no matter how much everyone's trying to like be good to each other, it's like you're gonna get hurt. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get hurt at some point, whether it's a little bit or a lot. It's like it's inevitable. Everyone, no matter how good you are, everyone gets hurt at some point, whether it's in training or in a fight. And it's like you gotta be willing to like or at least like understand the fact that like there is like always a possibility and like it's not the if but the when. Like you're gonna get injured or you're gonna something's gonna get hurt at some point no
Dude, this
matter
is
what.
fighting, man.
Yeah.
This is fighting. Like, there's no other sport that it's like really like do punishment to the person in front of you. Like there is, but it's in between whistles or like a 30-second play or stuff like that. Or it's like a fight, it's like, hey, you have 15 minutes to fight each other. And you fuck him up, you win. He fucks
Yeah.
you up, he wins.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game, bro. Like you're gonna get hurt. Obviously, like you're doing like the most violent thing on the planet. Like
Yeah.
if you think that you're going into the sport and you're gonna be like injury free, good luck to you, bro, because there's not a lot of people out there that like surprisingly there's one person who has like the most fights in UFC history who has never had an injury and it's Jim Miller.
Really
He's never had a surgery in his whole life. Never been injured.
interesting.
That's
Yeah.
insane. It's insane because he has
That
like
is.
he has like and he's like top three in like finishes and shit.
Yeah.
Like how do you have like a 30 like a damn near 30-year career without getting injured? Like obviously that guy's like an outlier, right? He's like just like built different,
Got some
right?
genetics. Yeah.
Yeah, just like really like good bone structure or something, right? Whereas to like, dude, we talked to Xavier, right? And it's like, dude, he couldn't get away from the fucking injuries, you
Oh
know?
yeah. If you guys haven't
And it's
watched
like,
that, check that out.
yeah, it's like if you guys haven't watched the episode with Xavier Nadal, as a beginner, like, MMA, hobbyist or fighter, whoever we're getting this to, I would recommend watching that video with a very different outlook on stuff because
And he's an outlier. Like, don't watch that thinking that that's gonna happen to
that's
you.
gonna
Like,
happen
that's
to you.
that's
Yeah.
very rare. It's very rare.
That, but also take away his fucking tenacity to like get back to it and to like make it a lifestyle. And like he told us so many times, like there wasn't another fucking option, bro. Like this is what I wanted to do, and like that's it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't care I broke my fucking neck, you know? I didn't care that I was losing fucking feelings in my fucking arm. You know what I mean? I wanted to
Yeah.
train. I wanted to fight. That's a level of commitment you have to have to this game. Like, if you're not willing to like literally like cut off a limb to like win, then like you're in the wrong sport, man.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And it's like, if you want to go into this just doing it for fun and like a hobbyist and like, learn about the sport and whatever, like that's all great. Like no one like awesome, do it. But it's like if you're going in here with like the thought of like wanting to fight or like, oh no, I'm doing this like to fight. It's like
Right.
there's no like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like you're like committed to doing it no matter
Yeah,
what. And it's like you can't Like this isn't something that you can like fucking like
Half-ass.
half-ass or like half spiritually. Like your spirit's got to be fully in it, man. Like you can't.
Yeah.
It's a
Uh,
full, like not a full. Obviously, like you need to have a job. I'm not saying that, but it's like it's a full time thing that always has to be going through your head all the time.
yeah, especially if like you want to be high level and like, win your fights and stuff like that. If like you just want to compete for the sake of competing and like you're fine with like a couple losses on your record or like there's no like real climb for you, you're just fighting to fight. I respect that too. Like some people just like fighting for the love of the game, right?
Yeah.
Other people like want to have a like successful like time in it and like it's funny. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a hobbyist, but like nowadays it's a little bit more like that because I don't like train every single day, but I'll train like this week I'll probably train either tonight if it allows me, or tomorrow, and then like maybe Friday or Saturday, and that'll be like 2 days of training for me.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to fight, um, but like I used to, but it's more for a lifestyle thing for me. And especially like, maybe we should like, have a little like side note for like people that are like of that same essence where like, maybe you used to fight or maybe you used to train hardcore and like be in it to like win it. And now you're like on the outside of it, you're just doing it for like a lifestyle and like, the sport means something to you, so you continue to like give back to it and like train. That's all good. But you got to know your limit and you got to know like your audience and like where do you train, right? Because say you go somewhere that's like pretty well developed, you're probably going to be training with amateur fighters and pro fighters, even though that you don't aspire to be one,
Right.
right? And you're going to have to be okay with like, hey, dude, like this guy takes it way more serious than me, and like he's probably gonna like fuck me up forever and unless I like bridge that gap of like time and experience and like taking it a little bit more seriously to like get him back. Um and like for me it's been a little bit like of a weird like mental thing because I want to go in there and like move how I used to and like do what I used to do. But like obviously like I've been out of it for a while. Like I mean I'm in shape but I'm not in like fighting shape. Um so for those people that, maybe they don't like they're not fighting anymore or they like a hobbyist. Like, I don't like using that word because dude, there's a couple hobbyists that I fucking know that like used to be killers back in the day and now they just do it for their lifestyle.
Right.
And that's how I describe it as more like a lifestyle thing because like I've been doing it since I was like 12. So it's like it's kind of just like a part of who
But
I am.
yeah. Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna go like play football for the day. It's like, no, I'm gonna go like do something that I'm like very well versed in and I enjoy because I've been doing it for so long. It's like a little bit different. Um, but when like someone of like the same ilk as me is like, you know, go with those people that are like taking more seriously and stuff because as a hobbyist or like lifestyle guys, like your game is gonna be so much better than like someone that like doesn't take it seriously or like they do it for a hobby or whatever. Your innate level to defend yourself will just be that much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I think like even if you are just doing it for fun, it's like when you're in there, like take it as like take it as seriously as like your time allows, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I guess what I'm saying is like don't just like go in there being like complacent, being like, oh, I'm just,
I'm
gonna
just
fight.
here.
Like actually like try to learn and like,
Yeah.
get your technique better and like yeah, go with the guys that are taking it seriously and like learn from them and like just like I don't know, like you want to progress. Like you don't want to
Stay stagnant.
stagnate. And I
Yeah.
feel like I've been training for like 3 years and there was probably like I'm probably like 6 or 8 months behind like where I should be because there was like a period there where like I was still going, but I was like mentally like kind of checked out a little
Yeah.
bit. So I guess like what I'm saying is like is like be like present and be like mentally like fully there when you are doing it and be like digesting everything. Like it's not like one of those things that you can kind of just like go through the motions with.
Yeah, for sure. And like guys like you and me, like you'll go there to be like, I want to kind of be light today, or like, I want to more just learn today. Maybe I'm not gonna like push my body too hard. Then you get there and you have that like overwhelming feeling of like, let's fucking go. Like we're about to go do some fucking work, and then like the mindset changes, and like maybe we'll go too hard than we're supposed to, or like we don't listen to our body, like we ignore. That's somewhat of like experience, right? Like you and I. And dude, like I'm driving on the freeway back from what I was doing earlier, and a song came on that like I used for like one of my walkout songs for like one of my fights, and like I'm not even kidding you, bro. I'm really getting chills talking about it right now. Like this overwhelming feeling of like chills that like up my spine, on my head, bro. I was like, holy shit, I'm there. Like I'm like there right now. I'm like I could like feel what it's like to be in that cage right now. Like I like feel the hand wraps on my hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's such a surreal, like spiritual. I don't want to be like fucking hippy dippy, but
No, it
like
is. It
it's such a like
100% is.
surreal, larger than life experience that like you don't ever want to like half ass it, even if you're like a lifestyle person. Like usually the lifestyle guys are like, yeah, I do it to keep in shape and like keep my skills sharp, but like I'm not competing, like I don't have a desire to compete. And like, dude, I heard that song. Dude, I just had this overwhelming feeling like, bro, should I like try get a fight? I'm just like, no, what the fuck? Like, I need to stop. Like, I need to stop thinking that way. And like, sometimes you'll take that old mindset and like bring it back to like the present. And just for beginners, once you get into it and really get like your feet in the sand and like you're feeling comfortable, whatever, like go with whatever your gut tells you to do. Like if you're like, hey man, like maybe I'm a little unsure, like maybe I don't want to step in the cage yet, but maybe in a few months, like then like feel that out, right? And then maybe you're like, damn, I'm ready to go. Like I'm pissing fucking vinegar. Let's go. Like then like go, right? And then it's really just knowing yourself. A lot of it is like mental and like knowing who you are as a person and like what you're capable of doing. And some guys can train fucking 6 days a week, 2 a days. And there's other guys like me who like I get good fucking training, don't get me wrong. I bust my fucking ass in there. I come from wrestling and we come from the same fucking school for wrestling. So like we have the same mentality there, but I go in there work my ass off, but it's not for anything. It's for myself, right? And I think if you as a beginner make it more about yourself than like for a attainable goal, you'll have a lot more like longevity and you won't be like burnt out.
You'll enjoy it, the process,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
More.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
No, I think that was like great, and I honestly think that might be like a good way to like cap it off. Honestly,
Yeah.
like that was like a
I
good.
guess, yeah, I guess one more question I have for you because I kind
Yeah,
of wanted to like get your thoughts on these. You could just like list them off. You
yeah.
don't have to like, explain yourself. It's like as a beginner, because I had issues with this until I found the guy that I wanted to emulate. Like guys as beginners or people that are getting into the sport that like want to fight, want to train, like who they should emulate themselves as and like why a
Well, I
little bit.
think I think that everyone's answer is going to be different. Like I don't think there's a right or wrong answer because I think
Correct.
there's a couple factors. I think the two biggest ones are like what do you find the most inspiring and entertaining? And also what guys are you watching that you find the most inspiring and entertaining that have similar physiques and builds and body movement that you do? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So it's like I've always, you know, Fedor Emelianenko always like got me fucking going when it like even before I got into MMA, like I always loved Fedor Emelianenko. Fucking so that was like a big one that like inspires me. You know what I mean? And there is a lot of things that I try to like emulate from him. But then like other than that, like the guys that I like kind of look at a little bit like stylistically where I'm like, oh, I really like, kind of like want to emulate like certain things from their game, or like I really like Anderson Silva, I really like Michael Venom Page. Don't give me shit for this, but I really like Kevin Holland. Like fucking like those, because those are the kind of guys that I feel like their bodies kind of move. I'm not gonna sit here saying that I'm fucking moving around like fucking Anderson Silva. I'm not saying that. I just feel like the way that my body moves is like kind of similar to those guys in a way, or I have that
Right.
build. So it's like, obviously like, you know, if you're a 5'3" black guy with a wrestling background, you're probably gonna like Mighty Mouse a lot and like emulate him. You know what I mean? So it's like it's all about like your build, the guys that like move the way you like, and the people that like inspire you. I guess
Yeah, for
what I
sure.
would say. What do you like? Who are your guys?
My biggest one, um, obviously is like GSP. Um, Even though, I was like, the only thing I don't like about him is he's not left-handed because he would like fight orthodox.
Yeah,
But then I seen that clip where he's like, I am left-handed. I just fight with my front hand forward, so like my jab is a lot stronger. And I was like, this is why I love the guy because
yeah.
like he's actually left-handed. So like I would always try to emulate, guys like Robbie Lawler, the GSP, and then like Nick Diaz, where it's kind of like all had similar like builds to me and had similar skills. Like just not like skill like I think I'm fucking as good as wrestling as fucking GSP. I'm
No, I
just
know
like
what you mean. Same thing I'm saying with Anderson Silva. Like
yeah,
I'm not fucking like, yeah,
yeah,
I
like
know what you mean.
I think when the when I get to those scenarios of the fight, I would do similar things or like I see benefit in like their movements and moves or technique that like could apply to me.
Yeah.
So like, you know, um like very feint heavy, shooting and then like, using that like that clean like GSP was really good at like getting in and then getting out, right? That like push pull thing.
Well, that's what
And
I
then he
like
was
about Michael Venom Page
yeah, and
too.
then
He's
he
really
was
good at
really
that.
good at when you would close the distance, he would just get up under you.
Hmm.
Like you would go to close the distance super fast and damn near like lunge at the guy, and he would just use your momentum against you to take you down. Like he wouldn't shoot.
Yeah.
I thought that was always really smart because I'm like, I'm killing myself trying to like shoot these takedowns. Like I feel like my heart is in my throat. But then when you do it to someone and they're like coming in trying to hook you and you just like literally tackle them and bring them to the ground using their momentum, like it's so much easier on your body. Like it feels like they're a feather when they go down on the ground instead of like grinding to get them down. And then for me, like Nick was like straight punches and like head off the center line stuff and his precision with like his boxing. Like this shit where like he's constantly like tapping like to the body and like tapping up front and just like mixing up the pace where like he'd tap tap boom and then tap tap bang like
Yeah.
like that different pace like pushing that pace and just like wearing a motherfucker down with your hands was Nate. And then my like mean streak and like when I wanted to fuck people up was like Robbie. Because like all Robbie did was go forward and try to fucking knock you out. And I could not love but to watch Robbie Lawler fight. And like he's left-handed. He's got a good lead hand like me. He likes to throw that lead hook and he also has a really good left hand. So I was like pure boxing and like Muay Thai skill was like Robbie. I guess more Muay Thai was Robbie. Pure boxing was like Nick, and then like full MMA game was like GSP. Was like what I tried
Interesting.
to like emulate.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think yeah, for me it was like yeah, Fedor was definitely like that full MMA slash like grappling. For
Hmm.
me, the Anderson Silva was definitely just like the striking and like just like the fucking aura, honestly.
Yeah.
And like like what I really like about Kevin Holland is just like his looseness and how relaxed,
Yeah.
which does bite him in the ass. But like I do like just like his looseness and his like casualness, and then just like I really like that like Michael Venom Page, just like the precision, the in and out, the distance management.
Yeah.
I guess I could kind of put Michael Venom Page and like Anderson Silva in a similar kind of boat when it comes to like what I like about them. But
They do fight very similar.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael's a little bit more bladed, but yeah.
Yeah, when I feel like Anderson Silva was like a little bit more dynamic. Like he would do like I feel like Anderson Silva did have a more complete martial arts game than like he gets credit for.
You know
Like
what?
he's not the most complete guy, but
You know what reminds me of like your Street Beefs knockout a little bit now thinking about it?
hmm,
MVP against Douglas Lima, where he
I've
gets fucking chinned by him in the like they're like in this grappling exchange. Douglas stands up, it was in Bellator, and he just hits him with like this shovel hook, and he's Michael's like damn near on his knees, and he just like folds over his
Wait, is
fucking
it that like famous ass clip with the
yeah.
hold on. I think I know what your MVP versus I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's one of
fucking
my
screen
that's
share.
one of my favorite knockouts like outside the
Is it
UFC.
Douglas Lima 1 or 2?
It's I don't know, whichever the one's the KO. I think it's the first one.
Bellator. Okay, I'm gonna fucking
What you want to do is save
I'm gonna
hundreds when
screen
Liberty
share it
Mutual
real quick.
customizes your cards.
After the
Cause
fucking ad.
I think I know which fight this is, but alright, hold on.
Screen share me.
Ooh, is this the right? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is it.
The final of the $1 million welterweight world Grand Prix. Page looking to show off some $1 million striking techniques. Comes out with an ostentatious kick, but Douglas Lima again, experience. Showing already, John, in the way he reacts, although he got momentarily bothered there by Michael Venom Page.
Moro, he got hurt with that shot.
And there's a jumping attack by Page.
I don't know how I feel about Big John on fucking commentary.
Oh, and
Boom! Like, dude, that knockout is fucking sick, dude.
That reminds you of my Street Beast
Just the
knockout.
way he was like sat down and the way he like shoveled
Followed
it,
up on it. Yeah.
like just like straight through the chin. Like that's literally how it was, but obviously Michael folded a lot different than that other guy because that other guy was kind of like sitting on his ass already. Like
Yeah.
your fight, Michael was he what was that? He knocked him down. Michael went to get back up and fucking boom.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that I think I mean I know you like MVP, but like
Oh, I don't. I mean,
that's what I think about. Like when I first think of MVP, I'm like, bro, that fucking Lima brother absolutely mollywopped him.
yeah, dude. That's the thing that like annoys me with like some like MMA fans with their favorite fighters. They like don't they get like offended about shit. It's like, bro, I like the guy. It's not like he's like my fucking
Idol.
girlfriend or anything.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
like
like
John Jones fans.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you know what I mean. It's like I'm not gonna get offended at you being like, oh, you got knocked out. It's like I don't give a fuck, dude. Like you know,
No,
that's
yeah,
like
I was more just thinking about like I was like I don't know why like both clips played in my mind
yeah,
like side by side your knockout and his and I was like, oh, they're really similar.
yeah. But you know what I'm saying? That like people
Yeah,
will
yeah.
get
Yeah.
like fucking
Like, dude,
annoyed.
I
Like
don't care if people hate on me for like fucking with GSP. I feel like that's a really like good take and like a good like, yeah, GSP is my goat, bro. Yeah, he lost twice, but you know what? He relinquished both losses like emphatically.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's not like it's like saying a Khabib fan. It's like, oh, why don't you go check out Gleason Tebow real quick?
or like, go look at his Tapology, bro,
Yeah,
where
or
he's
like
like
go watch the
fighting
Dominic
Owen.
Reyes John Jones fight.
Oh yeah, like, dude, I mean, I mean, I might get hate for this, but I'm kind of a Guru fan, an MMA Guru fan, a little bit. When he was on his shit about John, I mean, he always is, but like in the heat of it, he was going through like each decision. Like you remember that title run at 205 where like he was just fighting like nobodies and like it looked like he was barely motivated to like get to the fights and shit. Dude, like I watched back the Tiago Santos like fight. Hey, if you want to talk about damage and talk about like volume, Tiago hit him with more strikes. And it's
Yeah,
like it's obvious. Like it's obvious. And it's like, so you can win a fight by doing this the whole time? That's what John did. Every time Tiago would unleash on him, John would just do this and like back up into the fence and like run. He would literally like run along the fence. And I'm like that Alistair Overeem later in like his career where like he would get hit a couple times and he would literally turn his back and start running away. Like that's what John was doing to Thiago
There was a
and
couple
and
of
Reyes.
there was a couple of those John Jones decisions that are a little iffy.
Yeah, dude. And I'm just like I think I just think those fights he obviously like couldn't get a hard on for them. Like he just didn't like have an interest.
Hmm.
And it's like he didn't have enough volume, dude. Like he didn't do enough. Like I get it, like you have to take the belt from the champ. I totally agree with that. But at the same time, it's like on the champ to actually like fight for the belt. Like act like it's yours and like definitively win, right?
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's not like we're saying it
Yeah.
has to be like a finish. Like it can go to a decision, but
But
it's
just
like
definitively win.
it
Like
has to be.
make it
Yeah.
yeah, make it like I'm a higher level than this guy. Like I am clearly the champion. Like and John in those fights, they're fucking arguable, bro. And I know that one motherfucker on my Instagram is like, arguably, how does one arguably have an opinion? And I just like I hit him with the definition of arguably.
How
Like I
does
just
one
sent him
arguably have an opinion that doesn't even make
yeah.
sense?
And I like hit him with the definition from dictionary.com. I was just like, arguably, blah blah
You
blah
should have
blah
hit him
blah.
with the Dictionary definition
And
of
then
what.
some guy commented, "You fight him then," and I just like put like a retarded
Bro,
guy.
I get those all the time, dude.
Yeah, and
I
it's
get that.
like I just put like a literally like a Down syndrome kid like GIF,
Yeah,
and I was just
it's like
like,
okay,
"That's what you sound like right now, bro.
yeah, it's like
You sound dumb as shit."
because I'm fucking critiquing a fighter, that automatically makes me think that I could beat his ass. Is that like what you think I'm like trying to say?
Dude, I hate Khabib's. Like, I'm a huge wrestler. I love grappling. I fucking hate watching Khabib fight. I just do.
No, me
I
too.
don't like watching it. It's fucking boring as shit. I don't like his record. He has a padded record like fucking Floyd Mayweather. Like, there's a lot of things I could go into about it. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I could fuck Khabib up. Like, no. No, bro. Like, no. Like, I just don't like the guy, you know?
Yeah. No, it's weird that like Habib like doesn't get like a lot of like mainstream criticism. Like I find that kind of weird. It's like
Protected class.
well
I'll leave it at that.
that's gotta be what it is because part of me is like oh well it's because the his picture that has been painted of him is supposed to be like oh he's like this guy from Dagestan who lives his life perfectly and everything's perfect and he's just perfect and this and that. But it's like even if that were the case, it's like people would still like argue with it. Like people mainstream argue about John Jones all the time, even though he's painted as the greatest of all time. So it's like, what about Habib makes it not mainstream to argue about like his validity other than the fact that he's like Muslim?
Um, his whole team has popped for steroids besides
No,
him,
I know, no,
including
I know
Islam.
that. I'm saying like, but is the only reason
Yeah.
you can't criticize him is because he's Muslim?
No, fuck you. No, I don't care. You could
No,
be
I know that. I'm saying
no, I'm
like,
not saying you. I'm
no,
not saying
yeah,
you. I'm
yeah,
saying them.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
bro, we diss the Jews, we diss fucking everyone, bro. Like, it is open season for whoever the fuck wants it. You know what
It
I mean?
is. It is. Even fucking white people, bro. Everybody.
Dude, white on white crime. Let's fucking get it, dude.
Yeah, dude, for real. Everybody.
I
No,
don't.
but I'm asking you, like, is that why you think it is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like protected class, achieve greatness. He has that like, oh, a father's plan thing where it's like, oh, my dad,
The
the
movie
whole
storyline
yeah,
bullshit.
and it's like he has that whole thing going for him, and then he has all these people that are like that don't even fucking wrestle probably that are like, oh, Khabib, 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 Dagestan 2, 3 years forget, blah blah blah. It's
That shit is funny though.
like go wrestle then. Go to Dagestan and wrestle with those fucking inbreds. Like go have fun. Have fun. They'll probably throw you off a fucking cliff, gang. Like, like you have
Yeah.
fun with that, you know?
Yeah, I
Just
don't
not my
know.
cup
It's
of
like
tea, bro. Not my thing. I don't like people that come from teams of cheaters. I'm just like, don't. It's not my thing. That's why I'm not a big Islam guy. And if anyone wants to talk to me about it, the first thing I'll say is, hey, bro, you pop for steroids. And I'll be like, what?
That's what exactly. It's like so. Okay, I'm not like
Before
trying
the
to like.
Bobby Green fight, before the Bobby Green fight,
Yeah,
he popped on
I'm
steroids.
not trying to glaze John Jones or anything. That's not my point by what I'm about to
Yeah.
say. But my point is like, how come? What is the reason that whenever John Jones' name is brought up and someone says John Jones is the greatest of all time, the first thing is, oh, he popped for steroids, he did this, he did that, which is true. But then whenever you bring up, oh, Islam is the best of all time, you're not allowed to contest that.
Protected class, the whole religion thing. Like they see these guys as like holier than thou. You see that they don't
Right.
like they all fight. Why do you think they always fight in Abu Dhabi or like in the Middle East? It's because all the women are like all covered up. Like, dude, have you seen the clips and videos of Khabib
Yeah.
and Islam talking to like Megan O'Leary? They won't even look at her.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's respectful to you? Like, as a fan, like you can't even look at a woman because of your religion?
Yeah, well,
Like that's
I
like
don't know. Maybe that's just like I understand what you're saying, but it's probably just like cultural. Like they probably just like have been like so indoctrinated to that like
yeah, but
it's not like
it's
on a
also
personal level.
yeah, but it also like affects the way people look at them, right? Where it's like, okay, with John Jones, you know what you're gonna get. He's a fucking piece of shit. He likes to party. He likes to break the law, clearly, and like, beat up his wife and like all that stuff. Clearly, that's what he likes to do. Like a lot of the times, like he's gotten in trouble for those things.
It's like John Jones like bio on his dating app. It's like what are hobbies? Getting drunk, hitting pregnant women, beating my wife, doing cocaine,
Yeah,
doing steroids.
yeah. Like for them, it's like, oh, all they do is pray and train. Like, look at them. They're just such good examples. It's like half of them are like literally inbred. Khabib's married to his cousin, which is like not cool. Like, this is not like American ideals, right? We're talking as two American white boys here.
Right.
This is my opinion, obviously. And these are probably other people's opinion that don't like Khabib, right? Added record, the whole religious thing. And then the steroid allegations, they throw that whole like holier than thou like presence. Like they hold Khabib up to like this god level, like he can do no wrong, like absolved from fucking bad shit. And it's like, no, dude, like he scammed a bunch of people in a crypto scam. He's fucking yeah, dude. Like he has a team full of cheaters. His
Did you
cousin
see?
Pop, his fucking the other guy, that Syed Nurmagomedov guy, and at 145 popped.
Yeah.
Islam popped before fighting Bobby fucking Green, bro. Like you have to take steroids to fight Bobby Green. Like, hey, I love Bobby Green or King Green, whatever the fuck his name is now. I fucking love Bobby Green. I love the way he fights. I would never teach someone that to fight like that. I would never personally fight like that. I love his fights. I love the way like how he is, his character. Like I love Bobby. Bro, Islam did not have to take steroids to fucking go fight Bobby Green.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Like, let's
Have-
be real.
no. Two things. One, there's two videos that one about John Jones and one about fucking like that the Dagestan team or
Yeah.
whatever. Have you seen that video of Chael Sonnen, like the thing where you're like, oh, all they do is train and fucking pray or whatever? Like Chael Sonnen made a video. He's like, that's fucking lame, dude. It's like you're telling me
Yeah.
all you're gonna do in your life is he's like, why don't you go like do something?
Yeah,
And I'm
like
like,
you
that's
don't
kind of
do anything with your time. Like,
well, it's like yeah, like better. So it's like all you're gonna do is just train. Why don't you like go like do something? I don't know. That's just whatever. And then the other thing is, have you seen that video of John Jones? It was like some like road rage incident where like
yeah,
this dude and John Jones put off the road. The dude got out of the car filming. He's like, what you trying to get into?" To John Jones, and John Jones walks out with his hand in his hoodie pocket and is like, "What?" And the guy doesn't even know who he is or anything. And it's like
yeah,
all the
I've seen
comments are
that a
like,
while ago when that first happened.
yeah, all the comments are like, this guy has negative survival instincts.
Who
John
would
Jones.
you who would you rather see in a dark alley? Three options.
Okay.
John Jones, Habib, or Francis.
And they're like trying to hurt me.
Fuck yeah, they're trying to like
Do
take
do I
everything we
have a
got.
weapon or no?
I mean, whatever's around. Say you're in a dark alley, like you could find like maybe a fucking piece of metal or some
Probably
shit.
Francis, honestly.
Wow.
Because
You're wild, bro.
because you know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Hear me out. Hear me out. Fucking John Jones, amazing striker, amazing grappler, like no matter what, he's got you.
Yeah.
Habib, if we're in an alley, like the walls are close, whatever, he's gonna fucking get me up on a wall, take me down, smash my head in the wall, fucking something. He's gonna kill me. John Jones and Habib, no matter which way, guaranteed 100% are gonna fucking kill me. Francis Ngannou, like, all he can do is like hit me, which, yes, if he hits me, he's gonna knock me out. But I at least have a better opportunity to get away from Francis Ngannou than I do from Habib or John Jones.
I think you're right.
I think I am too. I just came up with that off the dome, but I'm gonna hold to that. I think I am right about that.
I'm gonna hold to my pick, even though I just heard a great explanation from you. I think I'm taking Habib.
Really?
Bro, if we're not in an enclosed cage and there's no way to like a lot of people think, okay, these Dagestani wrestlers really good at control, whatever, putting you up against the fence. Fight on a flat surface. Are you taking me down on a flat surface with no leverage against the fucking against the wall?
Yes.
Do they do
Yes,
that
he
very
is.
often? I know,
It
I think
doesn't.
Khabib, I know Khabib would to me, but I'm saying like in the cage, translation to the street. Like, is Habib really gonna shoot a fucking normal takedown, like from far out, not using the cage or not having something to his advantage to like use as the back? Because
No, he'd probably just throw a wild overhand right into like a
that's what I'm
fucking
saying, and
body
his
drag.
striking is so bad, I would not be concerned about getting knocked out.
But he would still either like I get what you're saying, but like either way he would get to you
Of
no
course,
matter
but I'd
what.
rather have little fucking inbred punches hit my head than fucking Francis Ngannou fucking world-breaking power on my brain. Like I feel like I'm getting more CTE if I fucking fight John or Francis.
Okay, well here's the thing. It's like are we guaranteeing that we're getting fucked up or is there a chance to get away? Because if there's a chance to get away, I'm taking Francis. But
Well, yeah, I guess they get that of all of them.
if there's
Yeah,
no chance to get away, then I would honestly probably take John Jones because he would just kill me.
he would just kill you.
Yeah, he would just kill me. Like Habib, I think would just like fucking like maul me until like I'm a vegetable.
Yeah, or just sit on you and lay on you.
That's what I'm. Well, no, he. But it's like a street fight though. So
Name the people that he ground and pounded viciously, please.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if Habib wanted to fucking kill you in a dark alley, you think he's just gonna lay and pray?
I mean, his fight style shows. I feel like the only times he really ever ground and pounded someone really bad, Michael Johnson, Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but like, so okay, so if you saw Anderson Silva in a dark alley, do you think that he'd be like dancing around and being like
Yeah,
before
I
he like
definitely would
fucking
be thinking that he would be fainting for sure.
no, but I'm saying like I don't know. I'm just saying like I don't think that like obviously the fight style applies a little bit, but it's like I think Habib would viciously ground and pound both of us
I don't know,
into
bro.
like
I
a
think he
pulp.
would just kind of sync up a submission and then that would be it.
Well, probably he'd probably get an arm triangle and just like choke you to death.
Yeah.
Well, I get
Uh,
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
don't know, dude. I think I'm still taking Francis no matter what. I'm not gonna
yeah, you're
lie.
fucking insane. Dude, he like breathes on you. You're getting fucking dementia.
Yeah, but it's like, is this like to the death though?
It's in a dark alley, bro.
So yeah, if
So it's
it's to
like,
the death, yeah,
yeah.
I'll take my odds with Francis over Habib and John Jones for sure.
I'm thinking like long lasting injuries. I'm like, say we don't die. Say we could fucking not die. They just like can beat us viciously to
Well,
where
then
like
Habib probably is the best option if you
that's what
don't.
I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
longevity wise, like what's he gonna do? Lay on me and then submit me?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's either
Okay.
gonna ground and pound you or he's gonna fucking choke you out. Whereas like, and this is saying you can't get away and you're not gonna die. You're just gonna be severely injured. Khabib is the best option because John is just gonna like
Yeah, he'll probably
you're
just
not even gonna
front
be
choke
a
the fuck out of you
recognizable
and
human
break your neck.
anymore.
He'll probably
Huh?
like Lyoto Machida like front choke you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, John Jones will like snap your neck,
Yeah.
and then
Francis
Francis
would
is
just like touch you once and you're like fucking retarded the rest of your life. Like, bro, I bet he hits like if he was to hit a normal person like walking around, like he is making them a vegetable. Like
probably
he's like
kill
turning them
people.
into like a fucking paraplegic for sure.
Yeah, especially like a normal sized person. Well, that
Yeah, and
too.
like
Yeah.
hits him right on the brain, like bare knuckle. Oh my God, imagine Francis bare knuckle, dude. Fuck that. That's literally how you die.
Yeah, dude.
That is how you die. Like I'd rather get hit by Tyson Fury bare knuckle than fucking Francis bare knuckle.
Yeah, okay. Who would you rather fucking
Fight bare
have
knuckle.
no, just like dark alley, like whatever. You got this is like the most retarded one. It just popped in my head. You got two options.
Oh
You got
fuck.
Tai Tuivasa and and Ben Askren.
Ben Askren. Oh my God, I'm fucking Ben Askren up so bad.
No, but he can wrestle though.
That's
Like
fine.
he's allowed to wrestle.
That's fine.
So you choose Ben Askren over Tai Tuivasa?
Yeah. Bro, Ty's so much bigger than us.
He's
Even if he's not like terribly accurate, bro, he hits you and you're covering up like this, you're fucking seeing like four of him after.
yeah, that's true. I'd probably take Ben Askren too.
He has no striking, bro. All you got to be is at like a kicking distance. And what's he gonna do? Is he gonna shoot from super far out like he did with Jorge? With his fucking flying knee of shit.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like
All right. What about you got
we've seen this game before.
you got okay Prime Kimbo and fucking Tai Tuivasa.
I'm taking Ty.
Yeah, me too.
Bro, Kimbo like comes from street fighting. Like I'm
Yeah,
good.
dude. It's so sad. Kimbo, like honestly, like if he would have found it younger, he would have been really good.
Yeah, he just didn't have a care for the grappling.
Well, that's
Like,
what he just started. He was like in his like mid 30s by the time,
yeah, he just
if
didn't have like a
not
care
later.
for the grappling. Even
Yeah,
like Brendan Schaub has talked about that. It was like, hey, when we would like train for the Ultimate Fighter, like I could like take him down at will, but like I would try to stand there and like try to strike with the guy because like my ego, you know. And
yeah.
he's, dude, I could like not strike with him. He's like, bro, I used to train with like fucking Trevor Whitman and shit, and I still couldn't like strike with fucking Kimbo. And
Nah,
I'm like,
Kimbo had like really good like it was like really unrefined. So I'm not saying like really good hands in like the MMA sense, but I'm talking like just natural baseline ability to like throw hands like naturally. Like it was like peak. Like peak. Imagine how good it would have been if he was actually trained like legit from like when he was like a teenager or like early 20s.
lastly, bro, before we wrap this up,
Yeah.
what do you think's fight style out of every UFC fighter I've ever seen is most applicable for like a street fight or like a bar fight?
Mm.
I think it's hard, bro. I think it's a hard answer. I got one though.
You go first. I'm gonna have to think about that.
You sure you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. I got Boss Rutan,
I was thinking Boss Certain, yeah.
Lee Murray,
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
and either Chuck or not now Chuck, obviously Chuck then. Um Fuck, I just had this guy in my fucking head. He's a Pride guy. Oh, probably like Crow Cop.
Fuck, I was gonna say Crow Cop. I
Imagine
was
like
literally
doing just
gonna
like
say Crow
left leg
Cop.
cemetery to someone. Like
Yeah.
fuck me.
I don't know, maybe
I
I
think
mean all
I
the
think Fedor would be a great.
well, I was thinking Fedor too, but I didn't want to say I was trying to come up with something different. I
I
don't know,
say
maybe.
Lee Murray because he fought fucking Tito Ortiz in a suit and
Yeah, yeah, he did.
fucking raped him.
Dude, I don't know, maybe like it depends, but I'm thinking maybe Dustin Poirier.
He has a pretty good style suitable for a street fight.
Like I feel like Dustin Poirier's style is like kind of like there's no such thing, but kind of is like a street, like it would translate the street fighting pretty good, I think.
Even like Bobby Green, we were talking about Bobby, like that
Yeah.
hands down style, like having the motherfucker like be like, yeah, hit me, bro, hit me, and then just lean back and just pink, like
Yeah.
that would be very good for like a street fight because it's like, yeah, bro, come in, try to fucking hit me, I dare you, and then they step into Bobby's range and then just pink, like off the back foot, just like left hand, like Conor McGregor on the fucking chin, just pink, good night.
Yeah.
But I think like a lot of those like the soup like you might
Oh, I
not
got
like.
another one.
You might not like this one that I'm about to
Hmm.
say. It's the who do I think wouldn't be an amazing street fight style to have is like Sean Strickland.
Yeah, I don't, probably not.
Like
Probably.
that marching like Philly shell, like what the fuck you gonna do, dude?
No,
You
that,
gonna
but I don't
tape
think he would
someone?
fight like that. I don't think he would fight like that in a street fight, though. That's the thing.
Well, like practice makes perfect, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you're gonna revert back to the way you fight. So
Yeah.
like, say someone presses him in the street, is he gonna start like marching at a motherfucker?
No, yeah, you're right. But no, I did come up with one. This is my choice for best street fighting style. Fucking Prime Rampage.
I don't like the guy, like personally, for personal reasons,
But
but
he did have a fire. Like if in a street
I was
fight,
just
dude.
about to say that's what I was like caveat to me not liking him. Yeah, he'd fuck some people up in the street for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's why
dude.
I was like thinking like old school guys, like Chuck and shit, because
But I feel
like
like a
Chuck,
lot of the old school guys would be better for that. I
yeah,
think.
like Chuck, bro, like in his heyday, like he'd just fucking bite down on his mouthpiece and just fucking throw at you like a pit bull, and
Well,
that's
even
like,
like I don't know, dude. Like, it depends how like who the other person that they're fighting is talking about. But if we're going down that rabbit hole, then like Don Fry too. Like, dude, Don, like fuck, dude. I wouldn't want to fight fucking Prime Don Fry.
hell no, all juiced up on them steroids and fucking swinging haymakers at you, bro. I'm good. I'm so good. I wouldn't even like. I wouldn't want to fight Mark Coleman in a street fight.
Fuck no.
Like, once that dude's on top of you, you're fucked. Like, you're not getting up. He's like he nearly 300 pounds, just like headbutting you and fucking
What
ground
about
and
Dan
pound.
Henderson, your fucking favorite
Oh,
guy?
he's my favorite tapology. He has the best tapology of all
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I mean, bro, his fucking offensive wrestling and that fucking overhand, like, that would clean up like 90% of people.
Dude, Roy fucking
Boy
Nelson.
Nelson.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Big country.
dude,
I think it would just
good
be so
wrestling, dude.
durable.
Honestly, dude, fire wrestling, gnarly overhand. What else do you need in a street fight?
Bro, and he like never used his wrestling.
No,
He was just like, yeah, I just want to like bar fight people.
no, but he had like actually really fucking solid, good wrestling.
Yeah.
But I think that's why he was so like. If he didn't have that, I don't think that right hand would have been like. I think that's the only reason why that he was like cool, just being one of those dudes that would like throw like that because he's like,
Same thing
worst
with
comes
Dan.
to worst, I'm just gonna take you down.
Same thing with Dan.
Yeah,
Like even in Pride, bro, like you could see it in his head when it would click. Like when he's fighting Minotauro, bro, you could tell he's like, okay, this guy's way too big. He's hitting me way too hard. Like I'm not finding my range good enough. Like you literally see it in his eyes. He's like, click, let's wrestle. And then he's wrestled fucks him the rest of the fight. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Where it's like that's really valuable to like that style of like even Justin Gaethje, like he's got a good wrestling background, but he obviously has a more like eclectic technical stand-up game than let's say like Dan Henderson or Roy Nelson.
Which is absolutely ridiculous to say out loud. That fucking that Justin Gaethje has a more fucking technical striking than anybody.
Than those two at least.
Well, yeah, he has more technical striking than fucking I don't know. What's the most like he has more technical striking than Hoist Gracie, that's for sure. Like
Yeah, but what I was saying was that
sorry.
with the Roy comment, no, it's fine. With the Roy comment was like Justin fights that way because he knows that he's like so confident in his ground game.
Mm.
Except with like Habib and Charles, that like he's like, well, I'm just gonna throw all caution to the fucking wind and I'm just gonna fight.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's it, like Justin Gaethje is almost like he's. I'm not saying he's like at that elite level, but I'd say he's like right underneath it.
I mean, bro, in my opinion, if you win a belt, you're pretty fucking elite.
No, I'm not saying elite overall. I'm saying elite in the grappling sense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we just haven't seen too much of his offensive wrestling to like really quantify, right?
Yeah,
Like we haven't really like seen him shoot and then fucking like get a
well,
motherfucker down and
he's
like
almost like Sean Strickland in that sense,
yeah,
where it's like they're both like amazing wrestlers, but they're only like the only time you're ever gonna see them grappling is defensively.
yeah. Which sucks for people like you and me that like to watch people wrestle, but
But I mean, yes, it does suck, but in a way, like it's also like kind of fucking sick, where like you don't see them fucking offensively wrestling, and they're only throwing hands, and then like people will be like, oh, that guy can't wrestle, blah 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 blah, blah. And then they get fucking like on the ground from like an elite wrestler, and they're like actually like defensively like wrestling like really fucking good, and you're like, damn. Like, cause like whatever everyone's opinion about like the Sean Strickland Hamzat Chimaev fight, like his Sean Strickland's defensive wrestling was fucking good.
yeah.
Like it was fucking like it like that was like some high level defensive wrestling, and it's like yes, like it wasn't like the scrambles, like it wasn't like fast and like getting at like, but it was like very like methodical, slow, defensive, positional, like defensive wrestling, you know. And I just thought that was super cool.
Yeah, dude, it'll be interesting to see what Sean's next fight is. It's probably Hamzat too. That's my guess.
It's either a Hamzat or a Mavov.
I feel like it's got to be Hamzat, like because he's such like a cash cow for them, and like they really like to push him. And like that fight was like really like controversial. Um, that I think that they'll see the success of the first one and be like, yeah, we kind of want that one, and then
Well, and it follows the pattern of the DDP.
and I think that fight was really close, man.
No,
And
it was close.
when you have a close fight like that, it leaves kind of like a empty taste in people's mouths where it's like, well, I don't really, is there a definitive winner to this? Like that's how I felt coming away from it. And I was like, well, shit, I thought fucking Hamza won that shit. And
Yeah.
then people are like, well, if you think Hamza won that shit, you're a fucking idiot. And it's like,
No, it was definitely. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I wanted Sean to win. I personally like could have seen it go either way. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, Sean definitively won or Hamzat definitively won. Like, I don't really have an opinion on who I think definitively won. I will say, like, when I was watching it live, I thought that fucking Sean won the first two. Or no, sorry, what am I talking? I thought Hamzat won the fucking first round from just like the control time. I think like fucking, and then I think like the rest of it, I think Sean definitively because isn't where the second one where like Sean was like had like the grappling advantage, like where he got mount and like where Hamzat pulled guard and everything.
yeah,
Was that the second round?
Yeah.
Yes, I think Sean won the second round. I think Sean probably won the third round. And then the fourth and fifth, like I remember watching the fourth and fifth, and I was like, I don't really know. Like Hamzat's looking pretty fucking good right now. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I'm not really sure. Like, all I know is that Hamzat won the first and Sean won the second. That's all I can really
And, like,
definitively say.
Like, dude, I seen on our reels, like on YouTube, when our first pod, we are talking about reviewing the Sean Hamzat fight. Like, dude, the reel on that, I see some dude like, oh, so you clearly didn't see the second round then, and it's like, so that second round for you makes or breaks the fight? Like, there was 3 other rounds after that.
Well, and that's where you get into the nitty gritty of things because it's like, say it's a 3 round fight, right?
Then
And
yeah,
like,
that round 2 is a lot more valuable.
well, no, I'm just saying like just to make it like simpler.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a 3 round fight, and like First round's a toss up. Second round, one guy definitively wins. And then the third round's kind of a toss up, but then the guy who lost the fucking first round gets fucking dropped with an overhand 5 seconds before the bell rings. But it wasn't a finish. Like he just clips him, he gets dropped, and then he gets back up, and then that fucking fight ends. It's like, are you gonna tell me like when I say like, oh, I think that guy won the fight because he hit that fucking overhand that dropped the dude at the end? Are you gonna sit here and tell me, well he fucking won the first round?
No.
You know what so that's where you get into like the nitty-gritty, like splitting hairs kind of thing, where it's like there's no really right answer to that. It's like I've seen the argument, it's like if you see a fight on the schoolyard and one guy's fucking winning the whole time, right? And then fucking the guy who's losing shoots a double leg and gets on top of the dude, and then the teacher breaks it up. Who won that fight? I think the guy who shot the double leg and got on top before the teacher broke it up is the guy who won.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
this is why I'm on this show, dude.
Yeah.
I have the rules right in front of me, bro.
No, it is yeah, I know.
Damage.
Yeah,
damage.
yeah.
So let's say you guys were both striking, and one kid's face is a little bit more fucked up than the others. I'd say even with the say the kid that his face is more fucked up that shoots the takedown. I'm like, hey, bro, your face is more fucked up than the other guys.
See, and that's where you got to go when you go into the principal's office when they're giving the kid who shot the double leg and got on top, when they're trying to make him in trouble. You got to be like, no, according to the judging criteria here, actually,
yeah.
Get that kid out of a suspension.
It's also very like telling too of like the level of destruction you cause someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like my first fight in school. I was in like fight that went on for like a little, like 6th grade. That guy Jade I told you about, and where I ripped my fucking fingers back in his nostrils, and his fucking face started like it just exploded, and he was like holding like blood, and it was like coming out of his nose and shit. Well, he did that to me. Oh, I did that to him, and all he did was like cut my lip.
Yeah.
Well, I look more, and his whole shirt was torn because I had caught him when he was doing this, like taking off his shirt, and I slammed his head into the fucking locker.
Yeah.
And then I pulled the shirt over and just started like uppercutting the fuck out of him. And then I like wrapped my head around him, headlock, and then ripped my fucking shit back.
Yeah.
He just like looked at me like I fucking killed him. And I got in way more trouble than he did. Because, like, he was fucking spewing blood everywhere.
Well, because according to the judging criteria, you should have.
Just according to, I mean, this is before I even learned judging criteria.
I'm just fucking around, yeah.
Where it's like, you're in the principal's office and, like, they're pointing the finger at me because this kid looks more fucked up than me. Right? Like, hey, you're the one that's more in trouble because you fucked him up.
Yeah.
Well, he started it. And then principal's like, well, you shouldn't have kept it going. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fair. You know what I mean? So it's like, me personally, I mean, not me personally. In the criteria, it's like damage first, obviously. But
I like how we're comparing the judging criteria to like elementary school fights right now. Like, how the fuck?
I was in middle school, but
no,
yeah. But it is kind of telling, like, instinctually about people. Like, you put two people beside each other that just fought each other. One looks more physically fucked up than the other. You're like,
who won that?
Clearly, the guy that's less fucked up won.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not like you're gonna sit here in the principal's office and be like, "Well, I did get a higher volume of strikes and have more control time."
I got more takedowns.
yeah, like.
Yeah, no, you're not. But let's say one and only strike, kid sucker punches you, he cuts you, whatever. But then you get on top of him and you just fucking work him until like people come and pull you off. Like, yeah, that kid ended up on the ground on his back getting fucking punched on. And while you have like one cut and that kid suffered fucking 50 blows to the head, maybe it's not very telling, or like maybe he doesn't have a huge like swelling problem or a fucking cut, but it's like
He got
you
his
did
ass
more
beat. Yeah.
damage because you fucking hit him 50 more
Well,
times than
that's
the one
damage
time.
isn't always something that you can see. That's a
Yeah,
big
it's
yeah.
like it's accumulative. Like that's why people are like, bro, did you see Hamzat's face after the fucking fight? And it's like that's an accumulation of shots, dog.
Well, Sean Strickland's face was really fucked up too.
Bro, he broke his nose.
Yeah.
Sean, Hamza didn't break his nose. He's his whole, just his whole, this and his nose were red. Like this
Yeah.
right here. That was from doing this. Like being head down forward, like letting him punch him in the fucking forehead.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, you want to punch me in the forehead? That's fine. It hurts your hand more than it hurts my face.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was thinking of. Is like, Hamza towards the end was just marching him down and just taking those like ones and twos on the face because he's like, dude, these have no effect on me.
Yeah.
These aren't deterring me from what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, maybe this is controversial, but in that fight specifically, I think both their damage is like pretty fucking even, bro.
It was like pretty down
By
the
the end
line.
of the fucking fight, they look damn near the fucking same.
Yeah, the whole thing was pretty split down the line. Like there needs to be a
Yeah.
rematch for sure.
Yeah, and I
Um,
think just based on the judging criteria, like obviously that control time should have got Hamzat the notch, but it is what it is.
yeah. But hey, man, you want to wrap it up? We've been going for 2 hours, believe it or not.
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up, but
Yeah.
support our fucking merch.
For real. That's what yeah. Support our merch. There'll be a link in the description. It's thecavemanmma.printify.me. So grab
We
yourself
got
a
another
shirt.
one coming soon, bro, that I need to send Max.
Yes,
New
sir.
design.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Thank you
check
guys
out
for
the
tuning
merch.
in.
Yeah. Check out the merch. We'll have some good guests on soon. Follow both of us on Instagram. Logan's Instagram is at ActiveMMA. The active is with a K. My Instagram is at TheCavemanMMA. And yeah, we'll have some good interviews going soon, and then we'll be on for another like talk a week from today. So yeah, fucking yeah, like, subscribe, check out the merch, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Deuces.
Peace out.